Hi friends, in today's video we're going to look at how to deassemble and assemble a 4x4 cube. It's not very common that you'll have to do it, but if in case someone is wondering how to do it, this is a simple and easy way to do it. Let's get into the video. So we are keeping a 3x3 cube just for a reference of the color. And the reason for doing that is because 4x4 cube can change its centerpiece. It doesn't have a stable centerpiece, so we might lose the centerpiece, and if you don't align it properly, we will not be able to do it back when we do solving the cube in the right way. So we should make sure that the colors are in proper sides, so like white and yellow are opposite, and towards the left it's red, right is orange, and facing to us is the blue and the green. So the colors are important for 4x4 cube. That's why we have a 3x3 cube, just for referencing the colors. So the first step is to take this apart. So for taking this apart, the easiest way I have found is if you can open up like a centerpiece. So if you open up one centerpiece, all the other pieces will just come off. So this is a basic structure of the cube on which the cube stays, but I'm going to go a step ahead and take even this, which is totally not needed, but I just wanted to show you guys if in case someone has an issue with the cube, I'll just show how to do it as well. In order to take this wall apart, there's two screws which are holding this, so we need to take that off. Once we unscrew that, we don't have to take it off fully, but if you unscrew the portion, it will let us take out the side parts. So these are the side pieces, these are the rest of the pieces, and this is the globe on which the cube rests, and this has small parts which are holding these pieces together. So these are the pieces which make the globe. Okay, so let me explain the different parts. So these are the parts which belongs to the side. These are the sender and the rest of the side. These are the pieces which make the globe, the structure like a globe, and this is the one end which has a screw. There's one more end which has a screw. We don't have to actually remove that, but it's up to you guys if you want to remove it and do it, but it doesn't really matter. So this is how it looks like when it's deassembled. These are the parts. So the step one is to organize these colors so that we can identify these colors based on whichever we need. So I would recommend we can place it like this, facing us, so that we can see this from a distance. So the way in which I've arranged is, so when I'm sitting here, I'm able to see all the colors facing me so that I can decide which color goes to which direction. So I'm basically having an overall view from this angle. That's what this is all about. Initial step would be to finish the globe structure. So in order to do that, we have to start with the sides. So these have two guards which hold those in between these two layers. So I'll show it again. So this piece goes in between these two layers. So it's basically holding this like this. So the easier way to do this, once we have placed one, if you can just put like a tape, it will hold without falling. Otherwise this would keep on falling and would make your life miserable. So if you finish putting one, just put a small tape which would hold that and just carry on with the next one. This would save a lot of time. So when I was initially doing it, I was wasting a lot of time on this because I would keep on doing it, the other one keeps on falling. So this is one way I found useful so that the structure remains when we are working on the other stuff. So the centerpiece holds 4 of these pieces. So 1 has been taped, 2, tape it. Don't worry about the movement because we're going to take this tape off before we finish off the rest of the structure. Number 3 is done, and number 4. So we placed 4 so that we get the circle shape. Then we proceed with the next step, which is the top portion. So we'll do the same way. We'll put a small tape, to hold it tightly. Then we have to place one corner piece. So if you look at the corner piece, it has a white guard on it which goes inside the spear. All of these have a white thing, so we need to put it inside the spear, then finish off the next layer. So we have fixed this corner piece firmly so that it doesn't move, and we can put a tape so that it just stays there. And okay, so when we do this, we need to be careful. So we need to see the sides. So like if we are looking at this from this angle, this perspective, we need to have a corner piece which has white on the top and red facing us. So this one, so the white on the top and the red facing us, so which would match this. So if you look at this, this is kind of forming the cube. Okay, and we are fixing another piece. And we need to be careful with this. So the next piece would be blue facing us and the white facing the top. So blue facing us and the white on the top. And there comes the final piece. So this is orange facing us and white facing on the top. So orange facing us and white facing on the top. So the final part is slightly tricky. So we're just making sure all the sides are right. So we have orange facing us and the green facing us and the white on the top. Same thing with the reds. So our corner pieces are fixed tightly. So the initial step is good. So we have the blue facing us, the orange facing us, the green and the whites on the top. So we're good. So we can just go ahead and tighten the screw. So we have tightened the screw, and once you've tightened the screw, we can take off the tapes because it would hold tight by itself, so we don't need the tapes anymore. So we have taken off the tapes from the on the top portion of the spear so that we don't have an issue. So next step is to fix this. So when we fix the side piece of the spear, we need to make sure that we're not fixing it so tight because we have pieces which needs to go inside. So we would just fix it. We just slightly fix it so that it stays, but we do not tighten it too hard. Otherwise it would be tough for us to slide the pieces in. So when we do this, we need to be careful. So we're looking at pieces which are blue facing us, and on the side we have red. So the blue facing us and red. So blue facing us and red on the side. So we need to fix one of the pieces. And we put a tape to secure it. Then we'll see at which piece goes. So we have red and green. So red facing us and green towards the side. So that's good. So let's put the next piece in. So we are looking for a piece which is green facing us and has orange by the side. So green facing us and orange by the side. So it'll go in like this. So orange facing us and green by the side. Orange facing us and green by the side. So looking at it like this. So the final piece the final piece, just make sure it's right. Yes, so the blue facing us, so we need to make sure all the pieces are right. So the red is facing us, we have top yellow, blue. So we're just referencing to the cube and making sure everything is right. So yellow, we have blue by the side, so we have yellow, blue, green, red, orange and white. So we're good. So next step would be to tighten this side. So once we have tightened this up, we can take off the tapes. The structure is now stable. So this was the most difficult part in my opinion. Rest of the steps are kind of okay in my opinion. So we need to face it like this, and we'll start with the next steps. So this is what this arrangement comes handy. So we're looking at pieces which are green facing us and red on the top. So green facing us and red on the top. And if you look at it, so this piece has a peculiar design, and this goes only to one side. So this goes by this. So this can only fit in this position. Same thing with another red and green. This can only fit in this side. Okay, so this is how the structure begins, and I found it really helpful to put a tape on this to secure it so that it doesn't move when we are arranging the rest of the pieces. So we'll put one tape to secure it. Secure it so that we don't have to worry about that side again, and we can proceed with the next step. So next step is we have green facing us and white facing on the top. So same thing. So we look at the shape. Since this goes in here, it fits nicely in. It's fit nicely in. So secure it and then move to the next step. So that's green facing to the top and yellow facing the side. So we look at the shape and squeeze that in. Once we have reached to a structure, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't fall off. It stays by the firmness, but when in the beginning, it has been really helpful for me to fix it with the tape. The basic structure. The only thing remaining is to fill the side centerpieces. So again, with the centerpieces, there is direction to each of these. So this would only go and take a position which it belongs to, so you don't have to worry about it. Just squeeze that in and it will take the position by itself. So we're pretty much done with the sides and the structure. So we have the structure, so the only thing remaining is to put the centerpieces. So the centerpieces has a peculiar shape, so it only squeezes in to its particular direction, so we don't have to worry about how it's going to be placed. So it only takes the position which belongs, so don't have to worry too much about how to do it. Just need to squeeze that in so that it's holding properly. So the yellow side is done completely. Same thing with the red. Thanks for watching the video. If you like it, please hit the like button. If you have any questions, please comment down the comment box and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you.